Hi everyone, today I'm going to do another best and worst, and this is where I go through my entire collection of a certain brand and I'll tell you my thoughts about all of them. And in my last one, I have a whole playlist, I'll link it below. I've done Too Faced, Urban Decay, and Covergirl. I think that's the only three, I believe it is. And in my last one, someone asked me to do Smashbox, and I definitely feel like Smashbox is a super underrated brand. Like Casey Holmes talks about them because she's done multiple collabs with them, but I feel like in general it's kind of ignored here on YouTube. So I thought that was a good idea. And I was looking through my collection and I actually don't own that much Smashbox, but I have enough to talk about, so I figured I would because she asked. So let's just get into it. First and foremost, I have two of these Smashbox lipsticks. These are the Be Legendary just tube lipsticks. Today I have on the shade, oh goodness, what shade is this? Legendary, and I did put some lip gloss over it just because I wanted to cool it down a little bit. I mean, you know, we'll make it a little more cool toned, but also not quite as bright. These are super duper pigmented. They're really comfortable and creamy. They have like a demi matte finish. I also have this shade. I got this from an Ipsy, and it's this like really pretty orange shade. It's the shade, I believe it's Mandarin. Yeah, it's like an orangey red. I also really enjoy this one. So I do have two of these. I recommend them. They're kind of expensive. I think that, yeah, they're $21 a piece. So they are a little bit more expensive. To me, they're really similar to the Sonia Kashuk lipsticks. The Satin Luxe lipsticks. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I didn't even think about that until just a second. And I definitely have some. Maybe. I can't find it. But they're very similar to those, and those are a little more cheaper. However, Sonia, more cheaper, just cheaper. However, Sonia Kashuk is not making makeup anymore, I don't believe. But they're nice lipsticks. I do like them. But like I said, $21 is just kind of a lot for a lipstick. But that's for me. I'm not really a lip product gal. I know that might surprise y'all, but like I'm all about other things. Lip products are just, they're not my favorite. I also have this guy, which is the Smashbox InstaMatte Lipstick Transformer. I got this in some sort of subscription box. I like the idea of it, and it does work, so that's fine. I just never find myself using it, honestly. I don't know. I just never find myself thinking, oh, I want this to be more matte and putting this on. So for me, it's just not that great just because I don't use it, but it does work. I mean, it does make your lips matte, so that's cool. Then I have a bunch of eyeshadow. I actually have these two palettes. These are the Masterclass palettes that came out. I have 3 and 4. Emily Noel loves these, and it's really cool. So this one is number 3, and I don't believe I've done a review of this one. They're very bulky. You can take out the like sleeves, but they're really bulky. That's like what, I don't know, 2 inches maybe an inch and a half, maybe just an inch. I don't know. I'm terrible at measurements. I know that's really bad, but I am. But they're large, and really bulky, but they have so much in them. So number 3 has 32 eyeshadows. So we've got 16 more neutrals and then 16 more colorful ones. And today I have on the shade from this palette, I used Violet. I think that's all I used from this palette. I used other shades. And then down here you have this Bronze Contour Highlight Trio. Now they do sell this trio by itself and everyone likes it. And I like it too. I believe they now have different shades. This shade does work for me. One thing, and it happened multiple times today, and it's kind of frustrating about it being in this palette, is that like if I was trying to use one of those in my normal brush, I kept getting it into Blackout and Royal. I kept getting into these shades, and so like when I put it in the bronze shade and I went to put it on my forehead, and I just had this black line, so I had to fix that. So it's definitely something y'all should be aware of, because with it being in these shades, you might use a smaller brush. But this is a nice thing. I don't know that I would purchase it itself, though. I know a lot of people do like it. I don't know. Like, it's just okay to me. And I don't like matte highlighters. I can just use an eyeshadow under my eyes, and that's fine with me. I just use these as like a face powder, and these are good. And then we've got 3 blushes. I didn't use those today, but these are nice blushes as well. You know, they're nice and pigmented, and they blend well. And the eyeshadows are really nice. There's a couple of misses in here. This one doesn't have near as many, I don't believe. Sky, this like really light blue, it's kind of hard to work with. Oyster is very gold toned, which isn't bad, it's just something you should be aware of. But yeah, they're very pigmented, they're powdery, they're similar to like a Lorac shadow, I believe. You know, they're nice, and a lot of people like them. I mean, I definitely think that they're underrated, because I think, like, I really enjoy this look I came up with today, and it's all using this. I didn't get very much fallout at all. And they're nice and pigmented. So I do like this one. I have this little bitty trio that I got in a Birchbox. It comes with the shade Vanilla, Sable, and Sumatra. Again, it's very powdery, but very nice shadows. This, oh, well, I'm sorry. Kanga's sleeping right here, and I just threw lipstick on her. Anyway, this is a really cute one. This is called the Filter Trio. So you have a matte, they're all matte, like a cream, kind of a cool tone brown, and then like a deeper brown. It's cool tone, but really workable. You could definitely get a very neutral eye look with this. And I do like this little guy. I don't reach for that much because I like a lot of color, but it's nice. And again, these shadows are just really pigmented and creamy. And then we have number 4, which again has 32 shadows, and it's got 8 cheek products as opposed to 6. And these shadows are also very good, but there's more misses. So they have these that are like super shimmery, like this shade, which is Charmed, this shade, which is C, and it doesn't have a lot of actual pigment to it. It's just kind of a topper. And I know that those are kind of popular now, and I don't understand why. I'm going to be honest. Like, one of the comments I got a lot, I did a why I'm not going to buy it on the Becca Ocean Jewels palette, and I'll link that below in case you're interested in seeing it. And a lot of people commented, they're like, well, they're toppers. And I understand that, but if you have a shadow that does the same thing, I don't feel like you need a topper that would do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's just a way, kind of like blush toppers. I don't understand that. I feel like it's just a way for people to be like, hey, we're going to sell you this not very pigmented shadow, and we're going to call it a topper, so it's okay. Like, I'm not about that. But it's got, so they have a couple of those, but in general, it's really pigmented. So the colors are actually on this. So I have Celestial on my lid, and this shade, which is Framboise. Yeah, Framboise on my outer corner. I think I used Naked to blend as like sorry, I lied. I used something in number 3. I just pulled them both out and, had them out on my desk. I used Nude as like my transition. It did great. And then under my lid, I believe I actually have Cerulean. Now, I will also say that there are some repeats between these two palettes. So, like, let me just show y'all. So, not in the cheek products, which is nice. The cheek products are all different. Naked is in both of them. Snow is in both of them. So, like this matte white, a matte like pink. I think Royal? No. So there's just a couple. Oh, Sky, this light blue is in both of them. So there's a couple of repeats. That doesn't bother me that much. I do also really like this palette. I feel like you get a great look. The cheek products are really nice. Today I wanted like a light kind of cool tone thing. So I mixed Prism and Bitten, and I liked the way that turned out. I have this shimmer on my cheek today as my highlight, and I like that a lot. So this is another really great palette. And let me do some swatches for y'all. I'll just do them out of number 4. They're very similar quality. So I've got Celestial, which is on my lid. I'm going to show you the shade Torch. I do reach for Torch a lot, actually. Zoom, and then let's go for this blue, which is Azure. So Celestial, Torch, Zoom, Azure. I mean, extremely pigmented, very creamy, a little bit of powder. You can maybe see that, especially with Azure. But they're great eyeshadows, and I feel like people just don't talk about them, and I really don't know why. They just came out with these trios that are very glittery, and I haven't heard anybody talk about that, like do a review, but I am interested in those as well. I know that these palettes are a little cumbersome, and they came out with one last year that was very cream. I did not buy that. I wasn't very interested in that. But for an all powder palette, it's $60, I believe is how much they retail these for. They always go on sale. I think I got them both for like 30 something. Maybe 42 or like 35. I can't exactly remember. I have done a full review of this, so I'll link it below in case you want to see more swatches. But it's a really, really nice palette. And I think that if you're looking for some really pigmented shadows, Smashbox might be your way to go. Because, yeah, $60 is a lot. And neither one of these are available right now, so I'm just talking about what I have. But if they come out with a big palette like this, for 32 eyeshadows. And, you know, this one has 6. This one has 8 cheek products. I mean, that's not bad. I believe this cheek, this trio sells for like 30 or 35. Again, that's not my favorite, but it is usable. Like I said, contour, bronzer around my face. I do like it. This highlight is what I have as my like setting powder today. But it's a really nice palette. I think that their eyeshadows are great. I think their lip products are nice, but they're not necessarily worth the price. But I feel like that with most lip products. And their cheek products are really nice. Like, I feel like those two blended really nicely. I have like a lot of shine. I don't have any like cream under it, like I usually do, just because I'm trying to get rid of my cream products. But yeah, I really enjoy it. I definitely think Smashbox is an underrated brand. I will say I don't have any to show y'all. I have tried their original primer and I don't like it at all. It's too silicone-y and thick and it's suffocating to me. I've used up a couple of those and I don't recommend those. That's not my personal preference. And I've used up one of their concealers before, like it was like the HD concealer, and I didn't really like that either. But as far as their powder products, I really, really recommend them. So if there's anything from Smashbox that you want me to try, please let me know. Or if there's another, best and worst, or really any video. I always want to make videos y'all want to see. And if you have any other questions, requests, suggestions, comments, go ahead and leave them down below. I say it every time, but I truly mean it. Talking to y'all is one of my favorite things. It's why I love YouTube. So yeah, I'll just see y'all real soon. Bye.